Alright, welcome everyone. This is your first time. Welcome to the Creative Collab Night. Every third Wednesday we're right here at Good Beans Cafe. Flint Underground Creative Alliance presents Creative Collab Night. Open mic night, open canvas. Feel free to add to the work of art here. Feel free to come up, sign up for poetry, music, dance, theater, story, anything like that. My name's Al, I'll be hosting. I'm just gonna start things off. This is a Johnny Cash song. An old cowboy went riding out one dark and windy day. Upon the ridge he rested as he went along his way. When all at once a herd of red-eyed cows he saw plowing through the ragged sky. And up the cloudy draw, their brands was still on fire and their hooves were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath he could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as he thundered through the sky, for he saw the riders coming hard. He heard their mournful cry, yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay. Riders in the sky. Their faces gaunt, their eyes were blurred, their shirts were soaked with sweat. He's riding hard to catch that herd, but he ain't caught 'em yet. 'Cause they got to ride forever on the range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire. As they ride, he hears their cry, yippee-yi-oh, yippee-yi-yay. Ghost riders in the sky. As the riders loped him by him, he heard one call his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, riding on no range, then cowboy, change your ways today. Are you with us? You will ride, trying to catch the devil's herd across this endless sky. Yippee-yi-oh, slowed that song down pretty hardcore just to waste some time here. Alright, yeah, that was a Johnny Cash song, and I was saying I was trying to learn 3 Elton John songs to play, but I only learned the one. So I'm just gonna play the one. It's kind of one it's not very popular, but I found it on a soundtrack. It's kind of like tells the story of a Civil War hero. So it's called My Father's Gun. I apologize in advance when I stop and forget the chords. From this day on, I own my father's gun. shallow grave beneath the sun. We laid his broken body down beneath the southern line. Wouldn't do to bury him where any Yankee stands. I take my horse and I ride the northern plains to where the color of the grays and join the fight again. I'll not rest until I know the cause is fought and won. From this day on until I die, I wear my father's gun. I like to know where the riverboat sails tonight, to New Orleans, well that's just fine, alright. 'Cause it's fighting there and the company needs men. So slip us a road and we'll sail on round the bend. As soon as this is over, we'll go home and plant the seeds of justice on our bones, to watch the women sewing and the children playing. There'll be laughter, freedom reign. I like to know where the riverboat sailed tonight, to New Orleans, well that's just fine, alright. 'Cause it's fighting there and the company needs men. The road and sail on round the bend. I like to know where the riverboat sails tonight, to New Orleans, well that's just fine, alright. 'Cause there's fighting there and the company needs men. So slip us a road and we'll sail on round the bend. Thanks a lot.
Anyway, this song is called Are the Good Times Really Over for Good? Written by Merle Haggard. Is that too loud on my end?
No, that's fine.
Okay,
I can.
you balance it out there. I wish a buck was still silver. It was back when the country was strong. Back before Elvis, before the Vietnam War came along. Before the Beatles and yesterday, when a man could still work and still would. Is the best of the free life behind us now? Are the good times really over for good? Are we rolling downhill like a snowball headed for hell, with no kind of chance for the flag or the Liberty Bell? I wish a Ford or a Chevy would still last 10 years like they should. It's the best of the free life behind us. Are the good times really over for good? was still cola, and the joint was a bad place to be. It was back before Nixon lied to us all on TV. Before microwave ovens, when a girl could still cook and still would. Is the best of the free life behind us? Are the good times really over for good? Stop rolling downhill like a snowball headed for hell. Stand up for the flag and let's all ring the Liberty Bell. Let's make a Ford and a Chevy. They still last 10 years like they should. You'd have to go to Mexico, I guess, to do that. The best of the free life ain't over. The good times are still here. Stand up for the flag. Let's all ring the Liberty Bell. The best of the free life is still yet to come, and the good times ain't over for good. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you. This song goes way back. I think I looked it up once. It was back in the 1920s or something, so it's close to a century old, but once again it kind of applies to the days living too. I lived the life of a millionaire. Spent all my money, I just didn't care. Took all my friends out for a mighty good time. I bought caviar, champagne and wine. Then I began to fall so low. Lost all my good friends, had nowhere to go. If I ever get my hands on $1 again, I'm gonna hang on to it till the eagle grins. Nobody wants you when you're down and out. In your pocket, there's not a penny. And as for friends, you don't have any. When you finally get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be your long-lost friend. I said it's mighty strange, without any doubt. Nobody wants you when you're down and out. Nobody wants you when you're down and out. In your pocket, there's not a penny. And as for friends, you don't have any. When you finally get back on your feet again, everybody wants to be your long-lost friend. I said it's mighty strange, Jen, without any doubt. Nobody wants your ass when it's down and out. Thank you. Got one more here. Oh, back in the 60s, the Beatles were hot, and the Rolling Stones were giving them a run for their money. The Beatles were known, of course, as more of a clean-cut group if you had to pick between the two, and the Stones were more of the bad boys of rock and roll for that era. I guess the Stones are still kind of bad, come to think of it. But they have lived all these years and put out a lot of music. This is one of their early songs. It's called "It's All Over Now, Baby." Get it up here, it's going to sound like a mandolin, but kind of like that sound, so we'll see. Well, I used to love her, but it's all over now. I said I used to love her, but it's all over now. Well, baby used to stay out all night long. She made me cry, she done me wrong. She put my eyes wide open, that's no lie. Table's turning now, it's her turn to cry. 'Cause I used to love her, but it's all over now. I said I used to love her, but it's all over now. Well, she used to run around with every man in town, spend all my money playing her high-class games. She put me out, it was a pity how I cried. The table's turning now, it's her turn to cry. But I used to love her, it's all over now. I said I used to love her, but it's all over now. Well, I used to wake the morning, get my breakfast in the bed. When I got worried, she would ease my aching head. Now she's here and there with every man in town, still trying to take me for that same old clown. But I used to love her, yeah I did, but it's all over now. I said I used to love her, but it's all over now. It's all over. Thank you much.
With that in mind, I decided I'd go a little bit different than what I normally do. And I'd address the home audience. Because, you know, being a songwriter, local songwriter, who tends to lean a little toward the unconventional and the loner, I have no doubt that there's probably a lot of shut-ins out there who, there's probably maybe 6 or 8 shut-ins out there, as a matter of fact, who watch our videos. So this is a song, well, it's an unconventional gospel song. I played this, I don't know if I played this in front of Robert, but I have played this in front of Lee, and he seems to enjoy it. It's written by Mose Allison, who's a blues singer who's been around, he's still alive, and he's been recording since the 50s. The title of this song is called Benediction, but it's also been recorded under the title Thank God for Self-Love. My message this evening is simple indeed. Wherever you wander, whatever your breed, there's just one thing, baby, which comes from above. When push comes to shove, thank God for self-love. You gotta thank Him Thank God for self-love. Thank you. Thank God for self-love. When push comes to shove, thank God for self-love. When living gets heavy and hope starts to fade, you just can't continue that old masquerade. Remember the power which comes from above. When push comes to shove, thank God for self-love. You gotta thank Him. Thank God for self-love. Thank Him. Thank God for self-love. When push comes to shove, thank God for self-love. This evening is simple indeed. Wherever you wander, whatever your breed, there's just one thing, baby, which shines from above. When push comes to shove, thank God for self-love. You gotta thank Him. Thank God for self-love. Thank Him. Thank God for self-love. When push comes to shove, thank God for self-love.
It sounded almost like it shocked somebody. I want to see Brian light up.
Keep an eye out.
Hey, this is mostly going to be closer to a finger-picking piece. In fact, the last two are. And these are originals. Is there an issue with the chord? I have another chord.
I think it's the speaker.
Oh, the speaker? Hey, can you isolate which speaker? We can go with one speaker. That's not a very big crowd.
Just keep playing and I'll...
I fell into a valley where evil flowers flow. The florist kept a tally on the seeds that wouldn't grow. He told me of a garden where women live in fear. He granted me a pardon and he sent me here. And the walls of ivy ladders just will not keep me tied. And all that really matters now is that you're on my side. Tender relief from the eyes of the storm. I need to feel safe, I need to feel warm. Restoring me my need for belief. Make me feel grateful for this tender relief. I met you in the forest
dancing in the shade. A light moved through so porous on the canopy, and your eyes were so jaded. Your skin felt softer than the whispers that you told. With every breath the offer of a secret unfold, and you carved your initials upon my mortal soul. Made it feel so official, I surrendered all control. Tender relief from the eyes of the storm. I need to feel safe, I need to feel warm. Restoring me that need for belief. Make me feel grateful for this tender relief. Virtue. I've been called a man of lust. Some say watch out, he'll hurt you, while others recommend my trust. I've been called a man of culture for reasons never made clear, and I've been crowned the king of culture for living on people's fear. But before you cast your filthy pearls out before the swine, innocent or guilty girl, I've only one thing in mind. Tender relief from the eyes of the storm. I need to feel safe, I need to feel warm. Restoring me that need for belief. Make me feel grateful for this tender relief. Now I'm drowning in the whirlpools, in a standing state of sleep. This endless void of waiting for this warmth fill me deep. Close my eyes, count to 5, then I count to 10, in the hopes that you also thrive on the warmth built within. I stare out into the crowd. You're looking fine in your halos, and I hope you're feeling proud. Hope you're feeling younger, and you never lose your nerve, and you never have to feel that hunger that only pain can serve. 'Cause we don't use drugs to guide us through our dreams. She and I, we work it out, we hug and we all build up self-esteem and tender relief from the eyes of the storm. I need to feel safe, I need to feel warm. Restoring me that need for belief. Make me feel so grateful for your tender relief. This one I'm not sure. This is pretty wordy too. Oh, actually I did get lost once or twice. I think I rhymed culture with culture when in fact I was supposed to rhyme it with vulture in that song. Sorry about that. Here's another song that I think Lee has heard me perform once or twice. I wrote this as a song poem somewhere around this, maybe just shortly after I wrote it says 86. The last song I wrote in 84, so that's 29 years ago. This is 27 years ago. But I didn't actually write adapt the music to this particular song till fairly recently. I found a finger-picking pattern that worked for this, and it's called Listen. Listen, there is sound inside the soil of the ground, deep
inside the soul of the earth. It's like a new birth of daylight music. It don't measure out what you have or what you're missing. All it asks from you is to listen. Look, there is vision, cutting deeper than a surgeon's incision. Deep inside the source of the wound, it is fine-tuned. Daylight music, it don't measure out what you had, what you took. All it asks from you is to look. There is tomorrow. It alone will answer for your sorrow. It alone will answer for your grief. It demands belief in daylight music. It too has a price, but I'm told that it ain't much. All it asks from you is to touch. The dawn, casting shadows all across the lawn, chasing all your fears from the past. She's here at last, all daylight music, and she won't cast judgment on what you fix or what you break. All she asks of you is to wake. Dance, this is life, even in the face of strife, even in the face of the storm, and it claims the form of daylight music. It don't measure out what you escape or what you chance. All it asks of you is to dance. So many turn back, but you alone survive. You're standing straight, you're standing tall. Ain't it great? All daylight music. No one gives a damn what you practice or you preach. All they ask from you is to reach. Listen, there is sound deep inside the soil of the ground, deep inside the soul of the earth. It's like a new birth of daylight music. It don't measure out what you have or what you're missing. All it asks from you is to listen. All it asks from you is to listen.
Creative Alliance shirts, yeah. Stop! Don't steal that shirt. Not when you can buy one for only $10.
Only $10? What a deal!
That's right, only $10 for a Creative Alliance glow-in-the-dark t-shirt. And you can get them by ordering them, mailing this address, or you can come to a Creative Alliance Collab Night at the Good Beans Cafe in Flint every third Wednesday at 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock. or you can get one out of Gary's trunk.
The Greater Flint Creative Alliance is not responsible for the contents of this commercial. That was not a body in Gary's trunk, and no poets were harmed during the filming of this message.
Just buy a freaking shirt!
Sweet. All right. This next guest, I've had the pleasure of being able to sort of collaborate with him. We're sort of cutting a new album, and he has offered his sort of his art, his voice per se, literally his voice on the album. So please help me welcome Alex Markoff.
Three poems. Promotion for the Motor Inn. In the fine state of Connecticut, nestled in the woods near Mosquito Lake, just outside Old Saybrook, the Motor Inn, if you happen to be headed in our direction, is a good place to suddenly decide to stop and calm down and maybe rethink your plans. Our rooms come standard with thick drapes, a clean floor, a soft bed, a full bathroom with towels, and a television, though we must ask you not to destroy in advance. We've recently made 2 of our rooms non-smoking rooms. Once you turn on our fully functional air conditioning system, the smell will resolve itself eventually. So it's another hot summer in New England. We're sure you will be thankful that you suddenly saw our sign out front. Absolutely, we are a place. We know that sometimes there might be a little too much going on with an individual customer. You might have psychological issues that maybe make you hallucinate. We've learned over the years not to ask questions. We don't know who you are. We're not social workers, friends, or family members, but we do grant you the right to scream as much and as loudly as you like. We promise not to knock on your door during your stay with us unless we hear gunshots. Structurally intact, affordable, and established, the Motor Inn is ready as hell for your patronage. The ends of the body. Roots do not flex, straighten, and flex again. Do not elevate. Toes pretend to be fingers, but only support, sustain, and straighten. And succeed. And do not grab, and do not hold. The weight could be crushing. The weight could be nothing. Sand does not mark the ends of the body, only remains as a tangible medium to bury them in. A plastic shovel only digs, pours, and digs again. A sandcastle only collapses, acts as a medium to bury itself in. A young girl's bare foot only acts right now as a limp thing to hang out the open passenger side window on a summer day. A lane of concrete, the grip of the road, the acceleration, and the steel thing that knows nothing of what it does. Consciousness Radio, in association with Adam and Eve Media and full-time episodic entertainment, brings to you the latest from Apocalypse Productions. The sweep sweeps him up by the brunt of his body as the door cracks open over the stairwell. Every word he has ever said out loud forms a heavy cloud. Where am I and what is my name is now what am I and where is my name? Let me remain as I am like this forever, are the words that linger in the air. Surrounding one of billions of beads of shiny black glass, Consciousness Radio's broadcast of the cadence of the tide triggers the memory of the center of the cosmic eye. A single star brightens, a blanket of soft shoreline recedes. The slim light occurred at the exact time of his death. He was not old or young, but he had the feeling that nothing in this universe could take place without his presence or without him knowing about it. We are water above all else, he says. We are frequency, musical theater. His sentiment rises off the surface of the earth. The light years of tonight's bright apparition once again are unveiled by the tribe leader's urgent retelling. Around the campfire they gather to witness his betrayal of the face of the moon the way it was once. On this, the night of new secrets, dark, fertile eyes, and thumping hearts. Thank you.
All right, please give your ears to Robert Phoenix.
Hello all. My name is Robert Phoenix. I just got back from Kentucky, probably a week ago, and I had a great time down there. That's on. And it's just exciting to be back in Flint and actually playing for people that I might recognize, most of which I do, and it's good to see all the faces. This first one is Brother Crow. It's an original.
What have you brought for me today? Insanity, my left eye is gone blind today. So spin round and round with me. For today is the day we all fall down. Down, diddy, down. Down, down, don't frown. All the alleys in the kitchen that let the strangers in kept me searching deeper and deeper within my skin. Hold me close and we'll fly from this post, and the world will never say, no, this world it won't see me. No, not me. I'll be free. Just wait and see. Just wait and see. Forgive me for I have sinned, and I've broken my promise again. This time we've gone too far, and I'm not really sure where we are. So tie another rope and take another tow. This time we've gone too far. This time we've gone too far. Brother Crow, the noose is tight, and I am not in flight inside my head. Prisoner of my mind, words were never kind, wings are broken. Fly me from this post and they'll never see my ghost. Wings are broken. So hey there, Brother Crow, what have you brought for me today? Today, oh, today, the verdict's in, and I've sinned.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I figured out two things on that first one. One, my glasses are right here. I thought I lost them. And two, hold on to your pick. I like playing in strange tunings as well. I was originally a bassist, so I like playing with 4 strings, not 6. So I mess up my guitar once in a while, change the tunings, and I think it sounds neat. This next one's a slow one. It's called Dead Animals Don't Dance. Unless you put them on marionette strings. Red in my mind, splitting atoms, alone left behind. Sinister serpents are pulling me through this life that's been poisoned by pay-per-view. Sirens, they crowd around my bed, singing songs of roses and puddles of red. Whispers, they linger as time creeps by in this asylum lullaby. And I wish that it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Hands on the floor, I'll violently scrub off all of the issues I've grown to love. Easy they come, easy they go, ashes to ashes and a bloody nose. Everything seems to be turning white. I guess I'll just head to bed for the night and dream of all the places I could have been instead. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain. Constantly find that nowhere is closer than closer to mine. Easy they come, easy they go, ashes to ashes and a bloody nose. Everything seems to be turning white. I guess I'll just head to bed for the night and dream of all the places I could have been instead. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain today. Oh, I wish it would rain. Thank you. I didn't learn the first time. We'll see if it happens the third time. I doubt it. This last one is another original. It's called Mutt. And I should probably play it in the right key. This is Mutt. stare, where everyone's as pretty as you. And people share, it's magnificent, it's beautiful, it's all in my mind. Oh, and I hope you like it too, yeah, you. Because, and it's a million of you. Just a perfume, and I can hold you down, and you be there squirming on the ground, and I give you all of my love. Oh, because I know that's what you would want me to do. So is this familiar to you? And they lie just like you too. And they sigh, yeah, they all cry, and they cut just as deeply too. And if I could bury you at the bottom of the ocean, girl, you know I would say I do. Because breeders spit out people like you. Watch the world explode from a terrace that it wouldn't blow. But gravity won't keep it down. As long as you're here, I'll never grow old. Oh, but my heart is swollen shut, and girl, you're just a fucking mud. Keeping you here is all that I can do. But I'd rather drop you. Yeah, you. I'd rather drop you. Yeah, you. I'd rather drop you. Thank you again. I am Robert Phoenix.
We got a Matt D in the house. All right. All right, give it up for him.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt D and I'm running on pure espresso steam. It's good to be in Flint. I'm glad to all see you, or see you all. And if I may have your attention for a moment, let us think about the land and put into words the feelings we know but don't yet understand. What is truly valuable, not just in weight but in virtue? When you got an empty stomach, nobody has to tell you. Fill in the soil with ideas that try to make the mind grow, like a partially opened eye looking through a painted window. What we see isn't natural. Prescription direction, operated healthcare lists. The nutrition sickness, brought to you by gangsters, planning outlaw ownerships with barbed wire democracy. Welcome one and all to the mental prison theocracy. The hand that feeds is wearing a badge and a glove. When politicians laugh, it's never about love. To them, we're like animals afraid before the slaughter. Everybody's a victim when we're all just following orders. Don't cry about injustice with a voice full of pain. Unoccupy your fear and send hope down the drain. Make a plan for yourself and grow and attack, because the earth won't be ours until we take the land back. Yeah. In the tradition of ranting, I bring you American coffee. When my body feels fine, my head makes an ache. When all is well, my hand starts to shake. I'm an American fool, addicted to cake. Consumer torpedo on a Caucasian plate. Tectonic and gracious, capital fallacious, counter-corrupted and paranoid productive. Final warnings with final makings. Is death just disagreeing with the program? Creature this comfort, insulting my intelligence. I want to love like I want to be inglorious. Memorize my memorial, adjacent to notorious. Hold my news in flames, outcropping historical. Dropping words to a beat beat, then read my defeat. If I make love to a partner, what we create is heat. This is raving, rambunctious craving, mental constipation and marvelous energy, creative capacity. Who knows where it comes from? These wisdomless words. Forgetting all we know is probably low on the humanity curve, struggling to evolve without enough truth. Fungicidal, funicidal, suicidal loop of a culture. It's a confidence leakage. Please tell me when it's over. I want to start over again. 43 turns, 43 times. Just give me one more try. I want to deserve to live as much as I want to die. I'm gonna slow down. Okay, this one's called I Wrote This With a Broken Pen. Take a trance, illit into time, see the next millennium dawn, standing before the world, a king at the mercy of pawns. Execution date, guilty as charged for attempting to cleanse our slate. In the tradition of civility, they allowed him to speak. Predestined for the grave, he had this to say. Despite your perception, I am not a sick animal. I am not a sick animal. I am not a sick animal. I'm not a sick animal. I tried to say it clearly and spoil the conclusion of where you stand today in your thriving illusions. Brought you words to tunnel through your thoughts like sparkling ants, but you couldn't take the fire cooling in your luxurious cants. If you see in me something in you, you were probably meant for something other than servitude. We are all organics with a mental craving for truth, but the need for belief pricks like a poison-dipped tooth. And now that I'm about to die, you killed me. Let me put out the flame of one last lie. We are all the beast children of our maternal heavenly body. You are just an animal, and the earth is alive. If you believe it, say it loudly.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll only subject you to one more. Hey, God. How you doing? It's me again. If you're not afraid yet, then you just didn't get who it is that's gunning for you seriously. So take a look curiously, and I'll give you a reminder. I'm a kid from Flint, Michigan, born to be a slider, a blending of worlds and phrases, dilapidated hope and prone to crazes. I lost both my parents to a mental illness, spelt G-O-D. Symptoms are allowing fun and free will to R.I.P. Choices and meaning let go without a fight. When parents hate life, it's their kids that feel the strife. The church I was raised in was $1 million business. Calculated cruelty, a callous calvary of convoluted cowards, cosmetically critical and culturally contemptuous. Contemplate an authority that's nothing less than untestable. Men without marriage forced to live without their testicles. When I was young, I said enough was enough and put the Bible on the shelf, but not before the bastards taught me the art of hating self. There's not a day that goes by that I don't feel that pain. You just can't go on living without the feeling of shame. God, you're nothing but a bad idea that needs to be tamed. I won't stand any longer to see any more souls get tortured and maimed. All you really are is the power of words, so even speaking to you slides on the irony curve. We dropped all of our power for some thing, not even real, just for a lethargic relief when we get down and kneel. And if the day ever comes when we fight to be free and not pure, I know you'll be dead because it means we found a cure. Let me finish off this caffeine buzz. You mind? Can I? One more? Okay. I'm talking about shadow sparring. My shadow is my favorite reflection. It's me without the weight distraction. Without me, it would not fear gravity. So some nights I learn to defy without naivety. My body is a split between water and feelings, battle ready and full of old teachings. Physical sanity and manifest destiny. Give me a truth and I'll make it bleed. I'm alone in my head and I got no need to breathe. All you really need is a flow and an instinct, but you people will believe anything just as long as it's distinct. Now I understand why the world needs an army of one. We get weak when we're together, and that's how they won. So I shadow box. Shadow versus me. Mentality cubed. Reality drawing conclusion like a double lit fuse. About to blow, you have to know that the cloak that I'm wearing is my shadow. Who wants to box? Thank you.
But I'm not on a caffeine buzz, so I'm taking a seat. please forgive my voice and my hands if they shake. My readings do better where they serve alcohol. A fifth of whiskey, a pen and paper that is all I'll ever need, empty bottles and words on paper that is all I'll ever be. Don't give me that, you deal with the rest. Here we go. Nights like these. It is a thin line between being awake and dreaming. It is nights like these that leave me wondering which side of the line I'm standing on. My head feels heavier than usual, a little bit cloudy, a lot not there. Sometimes I feel positive I must be awake, that what I'm experiencing must be reality. And then I wake up. For better or worse, I always wake up. But it isn't until that moment, that blur of a haze of tripped up confusion, whatever that moment is, that the dream ceases to be and reality sets back in. It is nights like these that I almost expect to wake up, even though I'm almost positive I'm already awake. Almost positive. Almost.
Yeah.
Let's get lovey-dovey. I do my best, I'm bad at these. The secret behind touching a shadow. She looks down upon me in massive passing clouds, and the same wind that drives them across the sky draws her contours in fields of swaying grass. She is as near to me as anything, and yet just beyond my reach. The image in my dreams, the thoughts to pass the day. She rests hidden in the mysteries of chaotic pattern and design, while her name drips to my ear in inaudible whispers that enstops my very breath. Dancing in the flames of fire, drifting in the shades of waves, the unattainable, the untouchable. As real and close as my very shadow, but just as imaginary to the touch. I hope to someday learn the secrets behind tricking my shadow to bend to my touch. Perhaps in its answer, I can also find a way to learn and touch her heart. This is brand new, so as had no editorial discretion or best friend, only person who listens and reads input. It's called Another of Our Long Nights. The night progresses and sleep still stays a stranger. Outside, summer is screaming with her final and last breath over the chirping crickets and the settling autumn. I read somewhere once that if you count the chirps of a cricket per minute and then do some math mumbo jumbo, you can figure out the temperature. I don't need to do any of that though to realize it is the end of August and a chill has snuck in with the brief turning of the sun's back. It is all too much. It isn't the night that bothers me though, nor those damn crickets, nor the insomnia, nor does the chill. It is the too many hours awake boredom, and the everyone else is done loneliness, and the infomercial solitude. Even more, it is the memory of her, the ghost of her that drifts across and through every room. You would think it actually had substance, the way it lingers so heavily in every nook and cranny, as well as in my mind and in my bed. I sure showed her, though, when I told her off, in my fury of strength and toughness and manliness, with a cold, uncaring dismissal and goodbye. I sure showed her. And so now here I sit alone with empty bottles and chirping crickets and a bonus of autumn chills to keep me company. At least she's faring better than me, while she lays next to and impresses and clings and tricks whatever new sucker and chump, all the while enjoying the fresh company and new dicks. Still, I'm happy for her. But I wonder about myself as I gain a moment of lucid thought in my drunken and pathetic state, enough so to realize that despite thinking I have been talking out loud to her as if she was sitting right next to me still, that has been a mere figment of my own inebriated, distorted imagination, and suddenly her perceived existence from my own delusional deceit disperses and dissipates back into the ephemeral cloud of thought she had just sprung from. I shudder at the shame and disgrace. I have been talking to myself. I'm so sorry, baby, I was raised badly so that I thought I had no choice but to be stubborn and prideful and tough. The truth is what I could never quite tell you. I love you, darling. So I'll take a few more drinks to send me back out there and to bring you back next to me and spend the rest of the night sharing secrets with your memory. Okay, here we go. I got this one right here, all right. This is called A Meeting with a Stranger. I walked along a path of old, covered in fall's leaves of gold, once hidden under winter's snow, that were now to spring a stranger. Amongst the woods that surrounded me, and all the tall budding trees, and all the splendors to be seen, I was but a stranger. Suddenly I was taken aback with surprise by something that happened to catch my eye, an object of peculiar size, that to me was a stranger. That object on the worn dirt path that split the spring's fresh green grass was a man from my days gone past, that was now simply a stranger. And as his image grew bigger from small, as time passed by, as it passes us all, the memories poured in and I recalled what had made him a stranger. When we met with all there was to say, I simply smiled and said hi and waved to make up for all those long lost days that passed while we were strangers. I wanted to tell him so much more to help heal the old scars and sores, but I'm afraid I could not, for he was now a stranger. Still, as we passed that warm spring day, I did not look back nor look away, but kept on my path and stayed forevermore a stranger.
All right, give it up for Nathen. First time, right? First time here. Yeah, I didn't mean that. It's Cathy. Yeah, Cathy Amboy. All right.
Yeah.
No stool.
No stool. No.
So you got that.
Stand tall.
I don't know. Cathy and Buzz was earlier. Hi, I'm Cathy. The first one I have is about a woman that I knew. It's called The Keeper of Lost People. If you've lost someone, check with Renee. She collects lost people. Some guy named Wade with no front teeth who loved her, loved Colt 45 more. A tattoo artist who never wanted to leave. Trombone player in a yellow bow tie. Kids who get too near the fire. She works third shift on the assembly line, spends days mothering fatherless sons, hoisting her weighty body onto bleachers at Little League games. Lonesome folks crowd into her rundown little house, odd-shaped rooms thick with cigarette smoke, bacon sizzling for sandwiches, chairs and couches become beds, listening to their sad stories, forgetting her own. The next couple, I've been thinking a lot about my family and how they got from southern Indiana to Flint a long time ago. So that's the theme of these two. The first one's called My People. My people are gray from a flat town in a corner of Indiana where everything is old. Wearing washed out aprons over muslin dresses, uncolored hair tightly wound, named Capitola, Sooty, Pud. They live in stale stone houses with mason jars stacked in dirt cellars, tender corn and tough beans. Daughters play with paper dolls from Miller's Five and Dime. With a lunch basket and suitcase, they travel by train to Chicago, to Flint, an overcrowded city on a sick river, by an unfinished shell house. First shift, second shift, third shift. They build cars in foundry heat, always stink, a smell that never washes away. Ann, Don, and Bobby grow as the factories smoke. My people are gray, and I cherish them. And this is just a short one along the same lines. 1929, grandmother leaves Indiana. She brought her children to Flint on a train, carrying a baby lunch basket and suitcase. Everyone wondering if the move was sane. She brought her children to Flint on a train, leaving behind more than her pain, wiping her eyes with a cloth trimmed in lace. She brought her children to Flint on a train, carrying a baby lunch basket and suitcase. Thank you.
it going.
All right, keep it going for Cathy.
Good name.
The backpack Blasphemist.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, give it up.
AKA, my name is Len, otherwise known as Devious.
Good shoes.
So, thank you. Kind of goes like this. I had a struggle with heroin about 20 years ago, so this is my heartfelt into this. It took me about 20 years to write this poem when I got sober again. The blade of my knife was faced straight towards your heart. See, those last few nights it turned and sliced you apart. Now, there's love that I tell, but I feel as lonely as hell from my padded prison cell. You see, there's so many times I said love would only be mine. I gave my blood and my tears, and I loved you cyanide. When you took my breath, I took your lips, but sometimes love is better off dead. Now laid out cold, now we're both alone, but killing you helped me keep you at home. I guess it is bad, but love can be sad, but Mom, I finally made the news. Fuck, tied up smiling, I thought you were happy. You never opened your eyes, I thought I was napping. We got so much to learn about love in this world, but Dad, we finally made the news. Thank you. This one's ode to a friend. See, stand back up against that wall and drink some more of your alcohol. Your words are giving me a headache, unlike some Tylenol. See, I want some time alone that would be dandy at some beaches at a sandy, my son feeling free, my pockets on, yeah, I got no worries. People like you trying to step on me. I do some concentration curls, some lyrical push-ups. I don't get down because real isn't my vision. I'm not the kind of kid you're going to see on television. What's my buzz? What's my vibe? I'm a bigger buzz than a beehive. High five if you're still alive, regardless of life's bullshit. No struggling, striving. You haven't reached this consciousness. You can't run, there's too much work being done. You can't lie to something that you can't deny. You feel blue, I would too if I was you. You know? Thank you, good night.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a driveway to patch because of the hot weather. The asphalt softens up in the heat, so that was a good time, and the asphalt's very pliable. So I patched that. That explains my tardiness.
Okay.
Yeah, Al.
Do you have a note from your mom?
People out.
Manual
Bring a
labor.
note.
Okay, on the broadside.
Saving some children from a burning building.
Yeah.
This is much more important.
Yeah.
On the broadside front, I submitted the article and some pictures. Hopefully, next time we get together, I'll have some broadsides in hand to pass along. The next piece, as I already mentioned, is about Burston Fieldhouse. Yvonne and I took in the open house last month. We all had fun, took lots of pictures, got to talk to some people, and it's going to be a nice piece. So if you're ever in Burston, they got some nice facilities. The boxing facilities in the basement. They got 2 basketball courts, 1 doubles as an auditorium. Upstairs is a dance studio. They got meeting rooms. It's still a neighborhood treasure over at the corner of North Second on Pasadena. Now, as you probably know, Back to the Bricks was last week. I took in several of the activities. We got some new faces, so I guess it's a good reason to plug my book in again, Remembering Flint, Michigan. My advertising budget is basically the Facebook page for Remembering Flint, Michigan. And the latest material I put in on that Facebook page, last Tuesday was Bricks Flicks at the US 23 Drive-In, which is near and dear to me. So Yvonne and I went there and took in Grease, which was on 2 screens, took mucho photos, and put a photo gallery on my book's Facebook page. And there's a website called cinematreasures.org, which is devoted to noteworthy theaters, both indoor and drive-in. And I put in 2 articles in cinematreasures.org. One last Tuesday to promote the event, and then after the event, a news story about it with the link to some articles I found, as well as that photo gallery I mentioned. And of course, I saw the Rolling Cruise last Wednesday, and of course, the big Back to the Bricks events last Saturday, including the unveiling of Billy Durant's statue. Took a picture of that, put that on my book's Facebook page. There were a few pictures I took.
The photos I most wanted to put up, I did when I saw this. This was a great sight. I just love these things. There was a late 1950s vintage BMW Isetta, which is a tiny bubble car which you enter from the front. It gets 60 miles per gallon. So of course I had my picture taken behind the wheel of that Isetta. So that's the developments for my books and the book's Facebook page. And now for my piece, which is related to Back to the Bricks. Back in 2009, I contributed a couple of articles to Downtown Flint Revival magazine. I did pick up that issue when I had my car taken into me false collision after a deer hit it. So, sorry about that, Yvonne. She was shaking her head. So, this piece, I couldn't find that issue at home somewhere, but I did find emails which shows the interaction between writer and editor. This was written to Chris Cochran, the editor at Downtown Flint Revival magazine, which I submitted to her. She was the editor of that piece. It goes, "Hello again, Chris. While I will try to contact whoever at Buckaroo Communications who is familiar with the sponsorship of the Back to the Bricks cruise, as well as Dr. Jason Watson at Motor City Screen Makers this week, I fashioned a rough draft of the article. How is it?" Now I'll just read the first paragraph of this piece because it figures in the following reply. Back to the Bricks cruise keeps growing. Despite the bad news Flint has been enduring, there is good news in that one annual event continues to grow. The 5th annual Back to the Bricks cruise arrives in Flint on Tuesday, August 11, 2009. Now, with 5 days of activities, the events accumulate on Saturday, August 15th, when thousands of classic muscle cars and modified hot rods converge on downtown Flint to be admired by a multitude of visitors who would also be entertained by numerous other attractions. Now I'll give you Chris's reply. The rough draft is great, except for the first sentence. We don't really mention the problems in Flint. It is kind of understood that we are aware of this. If you could adjust that sentence, the rest is perfect. If you can put together something on the Watsons, even just 400 words, it would be great. I'm not sure about the other one. I will check with Karen and let you know later today. To make a long story short, I couldn't find much info of use in reply to that email. And now for the full text I submitted with the revised opening paragraph, with my introduction preceding it. Hello again, Chris. Thanks for your reply and critique. A revised draft with the revisions is below. I tried contacting the Watsons again, but they were unavailable again. So besides my name and number, I hope you don't mind that I left the Motor City Screen Makers office your name and phone number, as well due to the deadline being tomorrow at time this Wednesday afternoon, and your interest in having the Watsons' participation in the events incorporated in the article. Now for the text I submitted. The fastest growing summer event in Flint also salutes its automotive heritage. The 5th annual Back to the Bricks cruise arrives in Flint on Tuesday, August 11th. Now with 5 days of activities, the events culminate on Saturday, August 15th, when thousands of classic cars and modified hot rods converge at downtown Flint to be admired by a multitude of visitors who would also be entertained by numerous other attractions. Back to the Bricks began in 2005 with more than 600 cars participating. The number grew to more than 1,400 cars in 2006, then more than 9,000 cars in 2007. Last year's cruise attracted more than 20,000 cars and crowds of about 125,000 people. This year's cruise is expected to attract many more cars and visitors. Inspired by and now affiliated with the Woodward Dream Cruise along Woodward Avenue in Oakland County, held at the same time, they are both part of a group of events called Autopalooza August, which will include 2 NASCAR races at Michigan International Speedway near Jackson on August 15th and 16th. One factor in the cruise attracting many drivers and guests is that the activities are free, thanks to the cruise's numerous sponsors whose numbers have grown over the years. This year's cruise has at least 60 sponsors. The cruise kicks off this year in the Flint Cultural Center with a free drive-in movie on Tuesday night, August 11th, between the Whiting and Slow Museum. Events are not confined to the downtown area. Rolling cruises will take place on Saigon Street from Grand Blanc passing through Burton before reaching downtown Flint on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Dubbed Rolling Cruise Boulevard, there will be 36 business-to-business rolling cruise host sites at this riding along the cruise route. Friday's events include a cruiser's kickoff party at the Dort Highway location of Duke's Car Stereo, with free hot dogs, popcorn, and water to cruise participants. There will also be continuous live entertainment, including a free concert on Friday night featuring the Contours and the Flint Symphony Orchestra. Along with the Saturday car show, there will be 12 hours of continuous entertainment beginning at 10 a.m. on Saturday. Along with continuous live entertainment, DJ Bob Steele will be spinning the oldies downtown. There will also be a safety inspection and fire truck roundup. Around 30 different vehicle clubs will be participating in the event, both local and from outside the area. Organized by the Flint Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, the event attracts cruisers and visitors from both inside and outside the area and gives visitors a look at the other attractions the Flint area offers. Now, if I recall the newscasts I read and heard about the just concluded Back to the Bricks, I think there were over 500,000 people downtown.
Yeah.
So the events just keep growing and growing, and I thank you very much.
This might take a second, but last month I was here, I had these shorts on, and I wanted to ask if any of you are generally terrified by them at all. So my dad thought they were terrible.
I'm claustrophobic.
And like he went on for like half an hour, and I was actually late because like he wouldn't let me leave with these shorts on. And he got my grandma into the mix, and she was like, no, you can't wear those. So I was just wondering. I won't wear them if you guys don't.
We won't judge it, or whatever you want.
Okay.
Well, now that you mention it, no.
Cool. Okay, this is a song that me and Jenna and Noelle have actually been playing. This will be the first time you hear it live, actually, I think. But it's called House of Wolves.
House of wolves in this barren land. Last shackle on, they stood and laughed. I lay on my bed. It's a long way back, 'cause it's the only way home. This heart of a thief, and this picture painted blue and black. This silent house in the market square, you spin round and round. silent hand. You came around as a basilisk, no more, no more. You came around so long ago then, but I remember. You came around with a sleight of hand as morning sun. You came around as a shackled hand, no more, no more. You came around with your starry eyes, the morning sun. No more, no more. You came around as a basilisk, no more, no more. You came around as a basilisk, no more, no more. It's a long way back, it's the only way home. It's a long way back, it's the only way home. It's a long way back in this house of walls. That was like not a good display of harmonica, but it's okay. It's still fun. I'm glad as many people made it out today. I thought the heat would actually make it a worse situation, but looks like we have some people really up for the Collab Nite, and I'm happy for that. And do you know what kind of tunings you're in, or do you just randomly tune?
Usually I just randomly tune when I find something I like.
That's what I do. My songs are kind of long, so I'm just going to play two of them, so you guys can hear everyone else. This one is called Wax Engines. It's actually about the summer I've been having lately and the culmination of all the inspirations I'm getting from all my friends.
enjoying it. But I have friends. They make me laugh. Every door I've ever built, I've only tried to lock myself in. Well, I tear myself apart, tear myself apart, oh, tear and tear. With an ear of an Indian planted in the ground. Listen to the oil burning deep in the pines, in the pines. And the water is rising and washing and rinsing, collecting, retrieving the blood off the rocks, the blood off the rocks. With my head to my toes and my knees to the ground, begging for bone. With my head to my toes and my knees to the ground, begging for bone, begging for bone. Well, I've been something since. And waxy engines, and every weapon that you never fired. They all tore themselves apart, tore themselves apart. I'll tear and tear and tear, I'll tear and tear. For I've been someone else, not myself, surrogate. With an ear of an Indian planted in the ground. Listen to the birds burning oil, burning deep in the pines, in the pines. In the songbirds sing, whispering loudly. The iron of a prison bar held in the hands of the prisoner. My head to my toes and my knees to the ground, begging for bone. My head to my toes and my knees to the ground, begging for bone, begging for bone. Contribute to this was the rush that I know.
to be just who you've been dreaming of. Yeah, sooner or later I'll wake up to be who I've been dreaming of. Yeah, sooner or later. Yeah, sooner or later. Yeah, sooner or later. Begging for bone, begging for bone. Well, I've been wasting time.
Thank you very much.
I love music too, but if you're really into poetry, you don't find enough venues. We got this other thing going on next month, every month, next month especially at Buckham Gallery, the third Friday of the month. That's from 7 to 9. That's free, but we take donations for Buckham Gallery and we'll use some coffee in exchange. All free costs.
Buckham Gallery, downtown Flint. Third Fridays of the month. Check it out.
And I think I should be able to just
Put you in the bus.
plug it.
Through there?
Yeah, I think so. Yay.
Take care.
Feels so good to be here. How's everybody doing? I know it's unbearably hot.
I'm so glad it feels like summer again, man.
Yeah, I was worried for a moment because we had all that cold weather. I was like, man.
Like depressing again in the fall and the summer.
Right. Can you hear it? Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna start with well, I'm probably gonna play a couple songs because contrary to Mike, my songs are short. This first one is called Baby Bird, and it's kind of quirky. Oh, how time flies out the window. It's no surprise that I'm shutting. Baby bird wants to fly like the wind. He spreads his wings, but there's a car around the bend. Around the bend. All or nothing, that's all you got. You've make it happen, or you sit and rot. Baby bird tried to sing, but no one heard his soft chirping. And now he's dead. So there's that. Thank you. I'm not nervous at all.
You're like a veteran now, man. You shouldn't have
It's been too long. I'm out of practice, you know? It's been way too long. Missed you guys.
Where you been?
Oh, everywhere that I shouldn't be, apparently.
Well, that's not
So,
right.
Yeah, but you know, I'm
You're
here
right.
now. I'm here now. I got it right, I think. This next song is called Where I Want to Be, ironically enough. I think of you before I can't resist. Your sweet temptation, the taste of your lips, like la 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 I can't believe the hold you got on me. You're always where I want to be. La 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 Thank you. Apparently I'm really bad at like reading the weather, because anytime that we do have like this ridiculously hot weather, I'm dressed like this, so I apologize for sweating so badly on stage.
Me too.
I'm just putting my all into it, so I'm working up a sweat. That's all it is. Okay. This song is called Spiral. It's another original. There was a time when my life revolved around a spiral hanging from my head, thin like a thread. It would only be a while before it tangled up my style, tangled up my style. Oh, so little with so much pain. Overlooked and untamed. I was a child many moons ago. But my body would never grow as quickly as my mind. I was ahead of my time, but I took it so. And to this day, nobody really knows, nobody really knows. Oh, so little with so much pain. Overlooked and untamed. It took my innocence. At what expense? Underneath the bed, behind the shed, inside and outside of my head. Underneath the bed, behind the shed, inside and outside of my head. Oh, so little with so much pain. Overlooked and untamed. I was oh so little with so much pain. Overlooked and untamed. There was a time when my life revolved around a spiral. Thank you. Okay. Here's a song that I'm pretty well known for. It's called Disappointment. Disappointment has a name. It is spelled in the drops of blood from my bleeding heart. Is it all a game to you? Didn't mean anything. There was a time I'd believe everything you'd say. Not today, hey. You betrayed me, and you played me goodbye. But I'm not a toy. Take it somewhere else now. Disappointment has a name. It is spelled with a capital. Why? Thank you. How many songs? Do you think 2 more?
Yeah.
2 more?
3 more.
So this is actually I'm going to play the song that Jenny forgot to record during our walk. It's all good. So I'm just going to play the song that I performed for her, and it is called Ghost. Oops, if I can play it right. 1 second. I have lost everything. I've been stripped of my flesh and bones. I am no longer a human being. I am a ghost. And I am lost and oh so afraid. I'll put on a show, but nobody knows I'm here. been stripped of my flesh and bones. I am no longer a human being, I am ghost. And I am lost and oh so afraid. I'll put on a show, but nobody knows I'm here. Thank you. Okay. This last song is called Superstar. A pretty face is her only saving grace. She can embrace the rest of her body, but he adores her. He takes his hands and he loves it for her. Baby, you're gonna be something someday. There's no maybe. Just heed what I say. She never felt so wanted and neglected, hated but respected, exposed and protected. The fans want more from you. They want something new. Superstar, 'cause we say you are, and you'll go far. You're up to par. Promises that I can keep. Now I got myself in way too deep. I made promises that I can keep. Now I got myself in way too deep. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't have anything new to say. I just got some stuff to say. But I do want to say
in all seriousness, because I can't really tie this into my set. Flint lost a really amazing young artist this week.
Right.
And I just want to say that, you know, you're not really gone till you're forgotten. Some people aren't forgivable, and Megan, you're the shit. You're the shit. But now something different. Let's see if I remember this piece. This is something about being born premature and not knowing what your astrological stuff is about, or if that even matters. Don't use my birthday to read the astrology of our love, because your horoscope hopes will wilt away in search of a fitting name. And I tried to fit the box in July, but my summer stars crowd the night sky 2 months premature. I bloom from the dirt in spring, a seated body without any roots to breathe. I'm some love child of the moon and seas, bound with earth like mud, meant to be tides. Born early in May, I cross the stars and crown stubborn horns, refusing the comfort of anxious claws. A horny Taurus at heart, not some tough-shelled crab, boiling under the pressure of being a person living a double life. I don't remember the rest of this poem, but I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I appreciate you guys working with me. I think I remember this next one. Go ahead, burn it all, but count on nothing being changed but the ugly peeling paint and columns of smoke replacing pillared skyline shade. Everything seems more hopeless as arson artists chisel out a brand new mess from anger and unhappiness with molten memos filling demolition lists. That's hate mail, self-addressed, signed with a gasoline kiss. If raised sane, ashamed of flaming inheritance. Fed up with sordid heroes, founders, and today all the same, breaking all our basket eggs into brownfield stains and live grenades. No master plan in 50 years, but we're still all slaves while freedom flees plague rat race cage. A brick tide's crashing waves drowns hope of rehabbed haze. Everything's washed away but truth and rage, so frustrated people set ablaze or pray to escape. Swallowing pride with deep-seated hate, this circus city's clowns joke around with money and lie until it's lost. Wasting time while run down cogs in a 3-ring broken watch. Lately, though, I've come to blame idealized fame in a city stripped of wits by whips and encouraged to win a dropout race to bridge card slips. As descendants of factory fodder, we inherit mounds of shit, and at most, forgetfulness. Defeatists, dealing with decades of loser rants and paid-off silences. But our future's not in flames, or at least not yet. Outsourcing's aim was to discredit social gains and pile people with debt. And now there are 2 prevailing camps of thought for living here today. Either singe away sarcoma homes and know in their place nothing better will ever grow, or give up. Burn a blunt and don't worry about changing what you never cared to really know. This town is like a dentist office. And gummy curbs house holes where homes were pulled to save box-toothed blocks on smiling lanes from roof decay and rotting away. Any second we choose to change the game and refuse to play firebomb, Monopoly, or pop-off mad at trouble. But fly city would rather tear itself down for room to breathe, or live some dumb fantasy than preserve its rich history of rubble. Yeah, you don't have to applaud if you don't like it or don't care. That works for me too. I'm really not gonna stop.
What do we do?
If you do, you can applaud. Thank you, sir. Thank you right there. Let's do 1 or 2 more. The indigenous are endangered, and the sprawl's been known to swallow strangers like a jungle. With forked tongues, guerrillas gather on porcelain stages, scheming to feed that struggle. Now respect barely beats paid praises, not to pop your bubble, but talent is wasted. Poverty has been hyped as true life, and a steady job involves selling hazes. Born shivering with thick skin coat of pride, a hide stolen by skinny jean racists. Primal chic, as destructive as invasives. And tattooed with assuming gazes, these hip poachers from the mainland define a preserved wasteland of our brick lane stable. Pacifying kids in cages, drugged and bobbing hooked by lines of cable. Sidewalk cafes serving status from safety of reserved table. As game, we live in haste, and evolve when we are able. Reclaiming cracks in payment, using fame to feed the struggle, blaming systematic hustle, but the truth it's only mumbled. Now, no one expects you to save us. Credit card chance of dreams, scrap pipes to make payments. Think rumble, not flight. Invest in confidence. Bank on true statements. If you catch my drift, you cannot fumble. Now, paychecks can pay for life's phases, but the change, it's only subtle. We're horses reborn pharaoh. Surviving the dead of night, silent, foaming, careful. Seeing new dreams from all new sides, like the blinding, straight and narrow. You are here. Fight to rewrite maps and draw new arrows. The rotten power lines vine, tower and climb above those who tripped and tumbled, above spaced out heater huddles. The change, it's only subtle. Brick meadows bloom with grit and grime, abandoned forests, house street names and rubble. Half town's been burnt alive, but it only feeds a struggle. We were born to blame the systematic hustle, born test rats for electric haterade and institutions bound to crumble. A habitat designed for greedy and low-life scum and trouble. High-rise buildings taken as trophies, ashing children forced to stumble. And the sidewalk cracks are getting bigger as more spirits haunt the trigger, as the victims clutch their fingers, fearful of their neighbors. Nothing works, everyone labors. The stabber hunted daybreak in darkness on safari for hope and swagger. We're wildlife to them. Beasts once tame, now lame or haggard. Our herds thinned out and staggered, but these predators can be captured. Like venomless snakes, their fables keep them raptured. They prey in grassy chapels, we pray eat only apples, but they're fermented in a tonic. And we live drunk off of the knowledge, slush to the moon, happy howling, cuckoo-ca-choo! My pelt looks like this, but scowling. Your eyes are bejeweled, hollow points squeezed by ivory rings. There's blood on your shoes, young bucks like me with horns removed, egos bruised, the hunted, desperate, learn to see. The hungry, fed up, yearn to feed. Because decay's got a lively following. So slop up tourist pigs and slide their meatless ribs, gravy gasping, butchered, wallowing. There's cavities in the canines and arrogance like pride out prowling, leaving lasting legacies, deliberate with depravity, dead-eyed decoys strung up by gravity. We're all pendulums in the clockwork, running out of time. Our children mean mug the sun for shine, regression gnawing on the spine. Epitomize unraveling, because bitter grapes make better wine. Thanks.
Yeah.
You guys want more?
Yeah.
Then one more?
Yeah.
One more?
Yeah.
This one I've been doing a lot recently because I find it really funny and yet poignant. And it's just me being a jerk off, but it's called Ruin Porn. And it's me describing some stuff that I see make light of. Perverts treat posted properties like prostitutes. Scrappers are sadists, prying off siding like wrinkled panties heaped across flooding truck beds. Up the street, exploding houses surge with horror and amazement in the ecstasy of gasline fingering. The east side's horny hunger strokes hard to no-ho zones trading copper for money shots. Behind the rain-soaked blinds, walls have been ripped out and ravaged by desperate Johns trying to keep up with the Joneses, drooling over curl-toe, clawfoot tubs and air ducts forced to give blowjobs. A kneeling home's warped wood legs buckle last long after her spirit in the front porch. She condemns herself with cut-and-plug mascara caked on to distract from the pimp's hands slapping for sale by owner on her ass. The driveway is shaded by lashes of overgrown branches. The basement trashed and rants into former tenants and cycles of entrapment. This soul needs to flee before this coffin gets buried or smashed in. Tricks get stripped and teased into foreclosure, and no one seems to care that this is happening. So, predictably, at childhood's end, ratty pigtails fray away, but ratty pigtails fray away and live wires stop sparking, but fiends still pay anyway, leaving a busted frame barely standing. Another forgotten address, soon to be erased from the tax rolls, dead inside, waiting like a bomb to be dismantled. Thank you. My name is Blunderbuss.
Oh yeah.
Muffin mouth.
Am I on?
Yes, you are.
As he takes a bite.
Okay. I don't have anything prepared too much. So, I'm gonna just try to remember something. Actually, better yet, I'll do my most recent piece because it's the most fresh in my memory.
Yeah, give us that fresh shit.
Okay? So, I'm gonna give it a shot here. And if you guys don't like it, please don't applaud.
You say keep to ourselves?
Yeah, no fake applause. No, you can tell me it sucks. Just don't give me any fake BS applause. Okay?
Okay.
Because I'm sick of the polite applause that goes on at these things.
Okay.
And then it makes me feel convicted, like I gotta applaud too. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Even when I don't feel like it, but then if I don't, I feel like a hater or something.
Yeah.
But I want y'all to know that if you don't applaud, I won't think you're a hater. So don't feel bad about not applauding. Alright?
Alright, so my booze.
Alright. So now we got that out the way. I want to welcome everybody to the masquerade. Charade game played on the world's biggest stage. For all you hell-raising
Niggas, I'm off the chain. For those swept in the flow, I go against the grain. Let me free. See me never be a slave. While your favorite rappers' throats are an open grave. Sucking in the youth, these kids are like so naive. Falling headlong like tricks rolling off the sleeve. Man up. Brush off your problems like dandruff. Stand up. While too many be shackled and handcuffed, put your hands up. I'm holding this moment for ransom. Dance some. You can step out the moment and transform. Skate the ice storms, whipping the streets in a hoopty. Without the palm trees, still loving my life in a cool breeze. Howling, while them ravenous wolves be scowling. Fall in, see me never be throwing the towel in. Shaolin like precision expression of true me. Who's he? It's a lantern with no ring. Still I throw mean constructs battering hot heads that blow steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you just taking a bite, or was that it?
Good manners. I can do. You gotta shoot 54 times.
Who's he? It's a lantern with no ring, still I throw mean. Constructs battering hot heads that blow steam. The law to offenders, a beat is my siren. Just a glimpse into the future. What was strong becomes weak. Ever the late bloomer, I'm entering my peak. My high beams cut through darkness to find one must seek. With wisdom comes the... With wisdom comes the obstacles one must defeat. Magnanimous optometry, making the blind see. The nightmarish reality developed while you sleep. I'm sort of like Geppetto, cutting away all your strings. Carve out humanity despite lies them puppets bring. Thank you. I was about to thank you for not applauding, but you applauded anyways.
There you go. So you're not gonna thank us?
I thanked you in advance. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. So that was one piece that I recently did.
Sure was.
So I'm going to counterbalance that with a piece I did, like, this was probably 2 years ago. So it's like, how does it start? It's like, I'm gonna tell you, my hardest part with remembering anything I've written is the beginning.
Yeah.
The beginning is the worst. How does it start?
The worst. Always the worst.
So
Go through the alphabet. Hey. Jump to the ending.
if I could only just remember how it started, the first word, it would just like all click. So that drives me crazy.
Magnanimous. Oh, was the last one.
Revolutionary.
No. But it was something like this.
Ambidextrous. Ooh, what's the one?
The surfing Okay, I'll do a different one. This one I also wrote like 2 years ago. Well, maybe it was 2.5, so it's a little older.
How do we know it's not the first one and you just remembered it?
No.
Okay.
It isn't.
Okay.
Because I know what that one was, and I was going to switch it to another one on the fly, but I couldn't remember how that one started either. So now I'm just going to have to admit it and just try something else. So it's something like, wait, hold on. You can stop right here. Hold on for a second.
No, that's just perfect.
See, I think it has something to do with too much weed. Kills my short-term memory or something. That's what they say.
Kills all the cancers.
And I didn't believe that for the longest till I started like forgetting a lot of stuff. So I think it's true. And but I don't know if that's gonna stop me. So
memorizing poetry.
So let me see. This one goes like, wait, hold on. That was only, does somebody got a sheet of paper? Anybody?
Yeah.
Somebody?
Yeah.
Can I borrow it?
Somebody needs to edit the collab.
I tell you what, you made me.
There's a pen right there. There's a pen right there, too.
Oh, that right there. That's bad.
Can I have this?
You can have that. I'm only for the future. I'm catching on every time you take a bite, buying time. I'm catching on. Here you go.
Okay. It's coming to me now. It's called Escape Plan. I got an escape plan, and then time has finally come to get out of this wasteland. A dark army is arrayed against us, but me I never fear. It's in Yahweh I trust. Riding across the desert sands, I'm an outcast with my destiny in hand, and all falls down in these city streets full of desperate denizens who play for keeps. And I've been keeping them at bay for weeks, or maybe it was longer. My heart grew stronger. The days grew colder and I grew older. I had a baby girl once, I wish I could hold her. I wish I was smarter. The sun is growing hotter. They say there's a special place in heaven for a martyr. Wish I could take you all and lead you to water. If paradise has an army, make me a sergeant, or maybe a lieutenant. Win a war for your minds. I believe that we can win it. Better get with the times. And you better read the signs. Free cheese in a mousetrap. Death by design. So many images that got us going blind that things of real substance are really hard to find. And love is not a crime. Search within your heart. You will uncover the divine. Getting closer now with each breath. A center lower than the chest. Take it more in depth. Cause it's time for a gut check. We on a path full of landmines. Watch your step. And I will fight until there's nothing left. We're fighting for in this cosmic shift. Trudge along till I make the highest cliff. And if I'm not alone, you can give your hands a lift. In the sky I see a ring of vultures. Like a phoenix we can rise from these ashen cultures. So let us push on past the ruins of these crumbling structures. Our past is entombed in inside our skeletons that sit like sculptures. Dusty suits in front of old screens, black and broken. Let us forge a union. Choose life and you win. You'll find shelter soon from dust storms in the noon wind. Make a move when we see the light from the moon bend. Such a welcome sight when the crest of the dune's in. Freedom lies just over the ridge. We gotta make our way down to a collapsing bridge. Yeah, and it's gonna take courage. Standing up for your rights is the only way to live. And you gotta stay positive. There's no time to be selfish now. Something's gotta give. Give. Give.